I'm going to begin my arguments in 3, 2, 1. Before moving on to my arguments, I, as a member of the opposition team, would like to walk through the arguments presented by the government team today. First of all, they provided that the child can have the ability to choose an option, whether they pursue formal education or not, depending on their own passions or dream jobs. However, I believe that this will be very ineffective in the long run, as this means that a child who's still very much young and immature will be given a crucial choice at such a young age. Imagine you are a 14-year-old kid who decided to drop out of school to pursue your dreams as a YouTuber. Sure, there are lots of YouTubers who are wealthy, happy, and generally living a nice life. But you have to understand that this kind of jobs are mostly a matter of luck, probability, or even fate. Many of the most popular YouTubers these days have mentioned that with content creations, there are no secret ways on how to be successful. No keys, no nothing. It is just purely out of luck. They even added that if any of us wants to pursue being a content creator, we would absolutely need a backup plan, and just in case it fails. This all stems from the idea that they would have never thought that they would make money from it. Furthermore, the probability of someone actually making enough money for a living from content creation is very low. For some people, it could take years just to make a stable following and start getting paid from social medias. Now, take all of that and imagine the 14-year-old dropout. Don't get me wrong, like the government team, I also believe that each and every individual deserves a chance to find what they are passionate about and not be forced into what society expects them to be. But I personally think that every kid should at least finish their formal education first. Learn and study, be exposed to the different kinds of challenges that a high schooler faces, the deadlines, the pressures, and how to be more disciplined and organized with time, and many more. Many won't say it, but there are actually lots of things that we learn just from the experience of school itself that can be applied in our daily lives in the future. In summary, as a young kid, dropping out of school or not continuing their formal education is a very risky move, and there is no assurance that they can even make a living through their creative or digital careers. And this is not by any means undermining or tell people that content creators don't make money, but because they do, and lots of money actually. But this might sound cruel or unfair to you, but the probability of a single person trying to be famous or getting any attention from the media industry is very unlikely. So the solution for this is by having a backup plan, which means graduating from high school, getting into college, or getting a normal job. And second of all, in regards to parents being more supportive of their kids' passions, they mentioned the fact that parents should be okay that their kids can skip formal education for kids who are more interested in the creative aspects of life. However, I would like to emphasize on why I disagree with this argument. Kids can still have the choice to pursue their creativity skills in the form of jobs. They just need to finish their formal education first. It is the way that many animators, content creators, and illustrators have always been going through in life. They are always presented with the choice of expanding their creative abilities. In turn, they need to expand and learn the basic fundamentals first. And we can learn these basic fundamentals by getting into college, picking that specific major, and exploring the different ways on how to animate, how to edit videos, and understand how social media's algorithms work. It's a long process, but that is just how life works. And of course, there are other alternatives into learning how the basics work, such as tutorials on YouTube or whatsoever. But here's the thing, jobs these days require a degree. For example, if your dream job is to work as an animator in Disney, they will expect you to have an art portfolio, experience, or etc. But when you have an art degree, they will most probably hire you rather than the ones who doesn't have one. In summary, many digital creative skills or career still requires us to reach a certain level of formal education too. Many big industries still would rather pick a college graduate rather than a high school dropout. Not because of their individual skills in that field, but because of the formalities of having a title or degree itself. While I also agree with the affirmative team that we need to debunk the fact that creative career paths does not make money. But this does not change the fact that many artists, animators, or any creative-based careers are severely underpaid. The way society treats them is almost concerning. Artists are working tirelessly for hours on end, sitting on the same place every day just to produce something. One example we can take is animators in Japan who animate manga or animes. They are usually living day to day by hanging on a loose thread, and they barely get by and hardly ever afford something as luxurious as a bigger apartment or such. With the reality that many creative-based careers live in poor conditions, how can anyone be so sure that you can be happy just by having a job that you're passionate about? Their mental health is also concerning because sitting and drawing in the same place for hours on end does take a toll on our bodies. In conclusion, I totally disagree with the notion that as a middle-class parent, this house would support their child's choice to deprioritize formal education in favor of pursuing digital creative skills or careers for several reasons. The first one is the low probability of getting money from social media. And the second one being agencies and industries these days still require certain degrees such as a bachelor's degree or something. And the third one is the current status quo of animators and artists still being severely underpaid despite working tirelessly every day. This is it for my argument. Thank you very much for your time.